What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, and I know we've said this many a time, but now it is really over. The top four race is done and dusted now for Tottenham. The season is done and dusted now for Tottenham, and you know, after that result last night for Leicester, getting battered at home to Newcastle, you really thought there was life in this top four race, but Tottenham have slammed the door shut on their own faces today in a diabolical performance. You've got to say that. Absolutely diabolical. From minute 1 to minute 90, I thought we were shambolic today. We couldn't put two passes together. Leeds beat us in desire. They beat us in application. They beat us in attitude. They beat us to every first ball. They beat us to every second ball. They beat us to every header as well.
Embarrassing.
It was an embarrassment today. And you got to look at the players on that pitch today. Absolutely shambolic. The only player that can pretty much hold his head high up after that performance was Hugo Lloris. Reguilon and Aurier were getting run ragged down that flanks all game long. I thought Reguilon, every time he got that ball, he pretty much misplaced the pass and gave it away. Eric Dyer, what was he doing for that second goal? I have no clue.
And the third goal as well. He was the one keeping Rafinha onside.
Well, there you go for the third goal as well. I mean, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, I thought was poor today. He couldn't put a pass to a Tottenham player.
Couldn't get a first touch.
You know, every time the ball came to him, it just literally just bounced off him like he was like a brick wall.
Like
that's what it looked like. And you know, I thought Kane was a no-show today. Bale was a no-show today. I mean, everyone on that pitch, 10 players on that pitch. Absolutely shocking in my opinion. And Leeds, you got to say, for everything they did on the pitch today, they did well. They 100% deserved to win that game, and probably by more than what they actually did win the game today. So look, that's it for me. Top four absolutely gone. I'm not going to be talking about it again this season unless some miracles happen for us, but
even I think
there's
not enough games anymore.
Shocking.
There's not enough games. How you can't? There's only so many chances you can be given to get back in the race, and every time the chance is given to us, we just throw it back in whoever's faces have given it to us. Like every single time, we bottle it when there's an opportunity to gain some points or to really put some pressure on teams above us. And the same thing happened yet again. I don't know why we're surprised, because the same thing's happened all season. When the pressure's off and we're playing a team who's lower down in the table, then we strut our stuff. But as soon as any half-decent team come up against us and there's an opportunity and we actually have to get a result, we crumble. Every single time we crumble. Same thing happened again today. From minute 1, we were the worst team.
You could tell what kind of game it was going to be from the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Leeds were more organised. They were a more cohesive unit. They had more energy about them. They had more strength about them. They had more physicality about them. They were much better. They were just a much better team. And especially in the second half, where we're 2-1 down and you're thinking we need to get our foot on the ball and turn this result around. Leeds were the only team in it. I can remember, I think one save, in that second half Meslier made. That was from Lamela late in the game. I think it was already 3-1 at that point. Lloris was
there was that one from Aurier block shot as well.
Well, that was deflected cross. Really.
Still a save from Meslier though.
Yeah, but it wasn't really a chance we create. Yeah, okay, that was on those two two saves he made in that second half. Lloris was by far the busier keeper. You know, Leeds, we shouldn't have been surprised about how Leeds played. They've played that way for pretty much the whole season. We knew how they were going to play. It was about us to expect that and to counteract that, but we couldn't do that. You know, when we played them early in the season, we played them. We completely battered them. We showed them up for how poor they can be when you make sure they don't play out the back. But today I felt like inexperience from Mason. I felt like it was really poor managing of the game. I felt for a lot of the time. But you got to say the players, a large part of it, were completely underwhelming. So poor in possession, no confidence to play out of the Leeds press. Whenever Leeds pressed us, we shut ourselves. We failed to create many meaningful opportunities, and on the back line was exposed time and time again. And while they weren't good enough, especially Dyer and the two fullbacks, I thought Toby, well, to be fair to him, was actually not bad, but I thought the other three were awful. Well, absolutely awful. We're just completely getting roasted time and time
this is
again.
A Leeds team without their two best players starting from the pitch. I know Rafinha came on early the second half, But still, this is a Leeds team without their two best players in Calvin Phillips and Rafinha, and they still completely played us off the park today. Like, completely. It was night and day between the two teams. It really was.
And when you need a result to stay in the top four, like we know how important this game is, and we didn't seem like that. It seemed like Leeds felt like it was more important to them. That's the sort of thing that was so frustrating today from watching our game. Like, there was no intensity. There didn't seem any urgency. Even when we were 2-1 down, and Rafinha's just like standing on the halfway line. No one pressing him. He's just standing there, not doing anything. There's no one going to him, and it was just pathetic. Really pathetic.
Yeah, and just poor performances, man. You can't even put two passes together consecutively. I mean, it's so bad to watch. I mean, you can see there was only one team that wanted to win that game today. Only one team that wanted to win that game, and there was only one team that had something to play for. And that was not the team that wanted to win that game today, and it was shocking.
There was only two real bits of quality throughout the match. There was the goal, which was really nice piece of play, to be fair, between Lo Celso, Dele, and Sonny. And Sonny, really, really nice finish, finishing it past Meslier. And at that point, it like, we'd soaked up a lot of pressure, a lot of chances, and maybe we'd come out, we'd ridden it out, and we could get on the front foot. Then the goal gets ruled out for offside, a minuscule offside, about literally less than a millimetre offside. That was frustrating, but you got to react to that. You got to pick yourselves up for that, and we didn't, and we conceded very soon after that with an extremely poor goal. We never really recovered from going behind again. Going to that second half, you're expecting a big second half performance, which never came. There was no moment in the second half we looked like we were going to get back into it and we were going to be on top. It never happened, and we let our top four hopes go down with a whimper. And every time that seems to be the case. We never go down fighting. We always go down with a whimper. And watching today, I've got even more sympathy with Jose Mourinho, because Mason clearly, when we asked him to attack today, we know that for sure, and we couldn't. We just couldn't. We don't have the capabilities, and that is the fact of the matter. So it was extremely poor today, extremely poor result, and poor performance.
And on Dele Alli today, I thought he was actually really good in that first half, but in the second half, he just reverted back to the Dele that we've been used to seeing this season, unfortunately. And if he would have kept that up in the second half, we could have made something happen today. But look, it wasn't to be, and that's season over today.
And Bale, little quick thing on Bale, after such an encouraging performance in Sheffield United again, coming up against a better team, anonymous, absolutely anonymous. It was such a shame that again he couldn't make any sort of impact really in that game. He kind of drifted by, and when he was taken off, it was deservedly taken off on the hour mark because he did nothing during the game.
All right. Well, that is it. That is it for our season. That is it for Top 4 Hopes. And that is it for the instant match reaction. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.